All right, so now we're getting into this. Fellas, it's time to step your game up. Time for some polishing, time for some refinement, time to get your shit together. Because when it comes to dating and romance and intimacy, let's be honest, men as a whole, fellas, we're lacking. We're lacking seriously, and so it's time to look in the mirror and see where the adjustments need to be taking place, where the attention needs to be focused on, and then just do it. And look, it's not leaps and bounds. This isn't huge. It's small things, but it's the small things that are going to make the biggest difference. So to start this, this is just nuggets of information. As a romance and intimacy coach, there's a lot of factors that go into it, but the two main ones that are going to play a factor as far as in the 5 areas of when it comes to overall health and relationships and personal development, the two big ones to focus on, for me at least, that I work with is the spirituality aspect of it and the physical aspect of it. And physical, it's a very large umbrella because there's a lot of things under that. It's not just physically how you look in terms of physique, that's part of it, and health and diet, but it goes to hygiene. And then when you get into the hygiene aspect, the big one and the one we're going to talk about today, just we're going to touch on and go over, is oral hygiene. When it comes to dating and intimacy and affection and romance, these things lack, and they can be instant mood killers. They can be turnoffs. A lot of the things that men lack in can be red flags for a woman, right? So, and the reason I bring up oral health care and oral hygiene is because, look, people in general, this isn't just men. People in general often have poor oral hygiene. You talk to dentists and they'll tell you, like, a lot of people don't take care of their teeth. They do a quick brush, and at that, they're not even doing that properly. They completely neglect to floss. They don't scrape their tongue, and it all builds up. And what you don't understand is that people are on the receiving end of that. For you, you might not be smelling and tasting it, but someone on the receiving end, just talking to you, is going to smell that, and this shit's gross. Now, when it comes to dating and intimacy, like, you want someone to want to look forward to kissing you, not having to shy away and be turned off by the fact that your breath nasty, smelling like damn buffalo farts, and stuff stuck in the teeth and lips cracked. There's so much that goes on. So it's not about breaking it down to a science. It's if you're not getting the food and stuff that's stuck between your teeth, that's going to sit there and decay and rot. And then what happens is the breath comes out and just pulls right off of that, and that's what people are smelling. And to be honest, it's gross. It's disgusting. And I've done customer service jobs for years, and I worked in a dental office for over 3 years, front office. So as people would come in, you realize, damn, people have bad oral hygiene. So if you want to improve your dating life and your relationships and add more intimacy, this is a great place to start. And so, again, brushing properly and routinely when you get up, before you go to bed, should be after you have a meal. Flossing needs to be daily. And here's the thing about flossing. When I worked in the dental office, the hygienist told me, as I got to know her, and we would talk about, she would just share some of the crazy things that she had come across in her years of doing cleanings and things. And I won't get into the details, but she did say, and if you ever want to convince someone to start flossing, just have them go floss their teeth, and when they get some whatever on the floss, just take it and smell it, and that will change your life. Because I, in fact, did that. Because at this time, my oral hygiene wasn't, it was decent, but it wasn't what it is now by any means, because I just didn't have the awareness. And I did that one time, and that sold it for me. I was like, oh my God, I know that smell because I've smelt that coming from people before. And if that is what my breath smells like, there's absolutely no way, no shot that I'm going to be putting that out there, because I love kissing. That's my thing. So yeah, that was an instant, oh, okay, we're going to start flossing, and we're going to do this daily. And that was, oh my God, 15 years ago. So if you're not sure how your dental game is, if you haven't flossed for a little bit, you go ahead and do that, and that'll convert you. And brushing, get a tongue scraper, scrape that stuff off. Look, I've had enough people comment, even just I've been on dating apps before, and I have in the profile, like, please have good oral hygiene. That's like such a, like, one of the top comments. Even if women that aren't interested, they'll say, yo, the fact that you even just mentioned this is huge. Good on you. And it was like, oh wow, I didn't realize what a major what issue this is. And just talking to female friends of mine, they've said, look, that's hygiene is one of the biggest problems when it comes to hygiene, and lack of affection are the two like big killers. They've said it's very a common thing across the board. So as men, we've got to do our part. And so understand that your oral hygiene might not be the best, and take proper care in it. Put a little more effort, a little more time, a little bit of money if it takes investing in an electric toothbrush. Get a water pick, get some good dental floss, know how to properly floss, and step the game up. It takes a little bit of effort, but the long-term gain, it's huge for your health benefits. Because look, there's been studies that have shown that the lack of flossing, or we'll say flossing, can help reduce your risk of heart disease, because all that bacteria in your mouth has to go somewhere. So every time you're swallowing, that's going into your bloodstream, that's going into your body, and that means your body has to continue to fight that off. And when you smell that coming off, you're going to realize that, damn, it's coming out. So it's just about being aware, and then at that point, you just do the proper things that are required. And it takes an extra 5 minutes at the end of the night to floss, to get it done, and take that time and do it. It's self-care, it's self-love, and it's not, there's no downfall to it. There's nothing, it's not going to hurt. But you'll notice too, your mouth feels better. Hopefully you're going to get routine cleanings, but your dentist, your hygienist will probably notice. But often you'll hear, oh, you've been doing a job on your teeth and teeth look good. They're not going to have to do as much heavy scraping, because that stuff's not, the plaque and everything's not just going to get built up, because we've seen it. We've all been talking to someone, and I'm not talking you have a little piece of cilantro stuck in your teeth, or a little bit of food just from the meal, like little thing. I'm talking you can see a bottom layer of just that plaque buildup, and that's just neglect, because the toothbrush isn't going to get that, especially if it's built on. You got to do a little work, but the goal is to not let it get to that point. So look, if these are little things that I'm telling you are going to increase the intimacy and the romance and the connection you have with your partner. So do your part, be aware of it, and just notice the change it's going to be. Notice how you feel different, how your mouth feels, but also what's reciprocated. All right? Take care of yourself. Brush your damn teeth, scrape your tongue, get a tongue scraper, get good floss, do the work. I promise you will see benefits. So good things are going to come from this, all right? And take care of your lips. Don't have dry, cracked lips, but we'll get to that on another one, all right? Ciao.